Devin Booker and Donovan Mitchell are two of the best young shooting guards in the league, and according to me, the two most underappreciated shooting guards in the league. Both of them have showed up big time this playoffs, and Donovan Mitchell has been doing this for the past 4 years now. Both of them are compared to each other quite a lot. But today, I'm not here to tell you who's better between them. Today, I'm here to appreciate their greatness and their play.
They be like, what? Can you teach me how to dirty? You know why? 'Cause all the bitches love it. All I need is a beat that's super bumpin'. And for you to back it up and dump it.
Leave a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't already. I preview all the playoff series and recap most of the playoff games and make videos such as this. If that is something which interests you, do subscribe to my channel. Back to the video. As I have mentioned before, I believe Mitchell and Booker are two of the most underappreciated shooting guards. And today, I just want to talk about Mitchell, and I'll be making my Booker video tomorrow. Mitchell has made the playoffs every season since he's been in the league. That too as the best player in all of them. Some might argue Gobert has been more valuable than him, but I think we can all agree Donovan Mitchell is the best player in all of these seasons. He played Russell Westbrook and Paul George in his rookie season, and he was the best player in this series by quite a mile. He averaged 29, 7 and 3 on 46, 37, 92 shooting while being guarded by Paul George, a player who is known for his perimeter defense, and he was one of the best perimeter defenders in the league at that point already. They did lose against the Rockets in the Western Conference semifinals, where they did shut him down, but after all, he was a rookie and he already made his presence known enough in the league. He almost won Rookie of the Year that year and was easily the best rookie, averaging 21 points per game at 44% shooting, which is very impressive for a 13th pick score first rookie. This was instantly when the Utah Jazz decided that Mitchell is going to be their franchise player, and Donovan Mitchell did not disappoint. He turned up his volume, increasing to 20 shots per game and quickly starting to realize his strengths and weaknesses, driving into the paint more, using his ridiculously athletic and fast body to breeze through defenders. His shot off the dribble was improving, going from 38% from mid-range to 48% from mid-range. He already became one of the best shooting guards in the league and one of the best scoring guards in the league, averaging 24 points per game as a sophomore. But this playoffs was when the doubt slightly started to creep in. They faced the same Rockets team in the playoffs again. Though he put up 21 points per game, it wasn't terrible efficiency. It felt like he was starting to be figured out, but to be fair, the Rockets team were the second best in the league, only behind the Golden State Warriors. People started questioning his playoff consistency, though they completely forgot about his absolute superstar performance against OKC in the previous playoffs. This performance was mainly because during the regular season, he started driving more, as I mentioned before, but this time he had to go against Clint Capella for 7 straight games, one of the best rim protectors in the league who kept him to a mere 56% shooting at the rim. His three-point shot was also not on song, and he made the series a very below average one for his standards. The doubt started to creep in more when Mitchell didn't really take a jump in the 2019-20 regular season. His efficiency did improve a slight bit, but he had a very similar regular season to his sophomore season. People started questioning him more if he could be a better playmaker to unlock another gear to his game, or if he'll be exposed in the playoff again. He did make his first All-Star game this year, but his real breakout came in the playoffs. The Jazz were missing Bogdanovic, a 20-point scorer, and using this, Donovan Mitchell went completely off. He averaged a mind-boggling 36 points per game on 53, 52, 94 shooting. He was unstoppable all series long and doesn't nearly get enough credit for his brilliance this series. He had two 50-point games in the same series while averaging 5 assists to his below average supporting cast. Carried the team and was the only real offensive threat in that series for the Jazz. The Nuggets had all kinds of schemes against him every single game, but there was nothing they can do. I can't name 5 more players in the league who could have done what Donovan Mitchell did in that series, and that itself is a high praise. And people forget they were only one Mike Conley shot away from making it to the conference semifinals. As I said before, people don't give him enough credit for what he did in that series, and I really think he solidified himself as a top tier star in that series. And then he took another jump this regular season, continuing his playoff streak. He became a much better clutch performer, playmaker, pick and roll handler, defender, and even a leader. He was the best player in the best team in the league, and he doesn't get enough credit for that. I know that the Jazz game is predominantly team basketball, but he was still their best player. The player went to whenever no one else could score, and the player they went to when the game was on the line. We also saw how different the Jazz are without Donovan Mitchell this year. Game 1 against the Grizzlies is a prime example. They lost because they couldn't get a bucket when they needed one in the clutch. They lost because there was no player they could give the ball to and get a bucket whenever they needed. Though they performed better in the regular season in the games he missed, you could feel his importance in the games they lost. And in the playoffs so far, he absolutely torched the Grizzlies and Dylan Brooks, one of the best guard defenders in the league. Whenever the Grizzlies made a run and came close, he took over. Whenever Conley was missing, he took over the playmaking responsibilities and did a damn good job at it. Even the game against the Clippers, the game one he had, I don't know how many more players in the league can do what he did against the Clippers, and that is something to say. That was a superstar performance. I don't know how many shooting guards I have about Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic, but how many more? Booker is arguable, and I have him over Beal. I think Mitchell has proved to me a lot more in the playoffs than Beal has ever done in the regular season, and that's not a knock on Beal. It just shows how great Donovan Mitchell is and how underappreciated he is. He isn't just a star in this league, he's a high tier star and has potential to be one of the best players in the league. He is going to be the best scoring guard not named Luka Doncic in this next decade. He is called Dwayne Wade 2.0 for a reason, and even his leadership shows during his timeouts and locker room videos. He'll never be the defender Dwayne Wade was, but offensively, he's going to be amazing. And I don't think people recognize this enough, and I hope this is enough for people to understand how good Donovan Mitchell is and has been. Leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I recap most of the playoff games in 3 to 5 minutes each and preview almost all the playoff series. I also make videos such as this, and I am going to be making the Booker video probably tomorrow. And if that is something which interests you, do subscribe to my channel.